Alright guys, it's April 1st and you know what that means. And in this video I will be making a confession. um, I actually don't like GNU/Linux, BSD, software minimalism, free software, free speech, security and privacy. All of that uh, has just been a big hope of mine. I've just been trying to suppress it. I actually prefer to use Windows than GNU/Linux because in Windows you can have the maximum compatibility with all of the software that everyone uses. I know some people would chill for free software because it doesn't spy on its user or whatever, uh, but who really cares about spying and all that when you're not really doing anything criminal? Also, who really cares about spying when you can have all of the software that you can get for free, even if the maintainer or even if the producer of the software charge you money for the software. You can still have cracked software on the internet, and everybody is cracking software nowadays, so you can really get it just really easily. BSD also is a fine addition to the theme of security and privacy, or so that would be what the average Linux nerd would say. They would say that the BSD kernel is used by OpenBSD, right? And OpenBSD is one of the most secure OS. But I want to argue that Windows can be more secure than using an OS which no one is even using, frankly. There are really no maintainer for the packages inside OpenBSD. Also, what about antivirus, right? You don't even have an antivirus installed by default in an OS like GNU/Linux or OpenBSD, or so to say. I know Linux nerd would say something like, you can't really get a virus inside your OS unless you run a random script from the internet without looking at the content, without looking at the source code. However, who even have the time in the world to see everything that you need, right? I just want to have a program in my system, and that should be how it is. I know they would also say that, well, Clam AV exists on GNU/Linux. Oh yeah? Are you really going to trust a freaking Clam to secure your OS instead of John McAfee? Also, what is a free speech? You should stop trying to make the government's job harder than it has to be. The government is having a hard time to develop the country because people like you are still going on about free speech and making protest on the street all the time. Also, this is totally unrelated, but I just want to say that I'm actually a homosexual. Every day I would imagine myself sucking on a man's cock. Every day I go to the mosque, I can't get my eyes off the juicy buns that the sheikh has. So yeah, I just can't do this anymore. It's time to accept it. Today I will be installing Windows 11 onto my formerly encrypted GNU/Linux and OpenBSD drives. I'll also buy a Mac and lots of IoT devices as well. I'll use Google Drive to store all of my data and use the cloud for every single computing I do. Finally, I will have as much gay sex as I possibly can until it's the tomorrow morning.